fighters are teaming up all the time in Dragon Ball Z, now players can team up in the real world too.
The ARG Circuit Series is proud to present Team Wars.
ARG will track your 6-person team's progress throughout the entire Dragon Ball Series circuit event. They'll tally the scores for each team through the finals. Teams earn points for every win. Each team accumulates points for their team every round. A win nets you 3 points, a draw 1 point, no points for a loss. The 2 highest scoring teams will face off on ARG's Twitch channel after the Circuit Series main event live.
Each team can have a maximum of 6 players, and each player must wear a matching shirt or jersey. For a full list of rules and prizes, go to argcircuitseries.com and look for Team Wars under the Dragon Ball Super category. A saying has no limits. Do you? Prove to the world that your team is the best by participating at the ARG Circuit Series Team Wars.
Okay guys, we are back for top 8 of ARG Presents
Dragon Ball Super Regional in beautiful San Jose, California.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I would like to add like beautiful sunny because it's like, you know, but
God.
I guess beautiful
sunny. Might as well just
I like to give them a little bit of a weather report before we start.
Clear skies, expected small 20% chance of showers in the later evening.
Sure.
Some thunderstorms, possibly.
Not here.
Coming
not
from
in
the
California.
east.
There's no thunderstorms ever anywhere.
Really? Is
Yeah,
it?
it never happens.
How do you know? Are you from here? Oh yeah, that's right. You were here for a little bit. No?
Yeah, I was here for a year. Yeah, we had one like thunderstorm and like.
Man, Dusty is obsessed with these tokens.
I don't know why.
It is so crazy.
I'm a card player. I shuffle cards.
That's right. It's just
I shuffle my credit cards before I like pay for something. So it's a nervous tick. So Danny Hype, yet again, KitchenTableMeta player against another Apes player.
Yeah.
Number 3 in a row.
8 player number 3, and we'll see if Danny can once again go over these Mecha Frieza players with his bad ring spice.
Bad ring spice indeed. I'm actually gonna do something. Can you commentate for a second? I'm gonna go try to get the deck list.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You don't need them right now.
That would actually be fantastic. Smart idea. One of very few from Dusty himself actually. Usually doesn't bring too many good ideas to the table. I usually have to spoon feed them like a baby. Anyways, we do have a very exciting match, and we only have, by the way, these are the final standings. We have 2 Beater Collectibles players. We have 1 KTM player.
Yep.
We have 1 PBG player. Justin Rios is out. So once again, splitting our number.
Yep.
So crazy. Boris, only PBG player left, and we have 1 4 Horseman left. We have one of the, I think it's Eon.
So how many West Coast players do we have left?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know any. We don't have any West
like
Coast
Shinrons
teams.
or
Like
Shinrons or like that. Okay.
I saw no jerseys.
Oh, okay.
They might be West Coast players that I don't know of. And
so the big thing I want to look at when I got the deck list here is I want to look at Bad Ring Laser. That seems to be the most important card against Danny, right? If you have Bad Ring Laser, it's pretty good. Now William playing a very interesting strategy here against Danny. He's not taking any life. He's still at 6 life right now, and Danny has 4 energy on field. That's it's not what's been happening the last couple of games.
Odd.
Right. William does run.
Well, no, he's taking 1, I think.
He's taking 1. He's at 6.
With Planet Vegeta.
Oh, 2. I'm sorry. Wait, yeah, 2. I'm sorry. He's taking 2.
Vegeta and Monaka. Planet Vegeta and Monaka.
Yeah. You start at 8 life, not 7, Dusty. That's cool. So William runs 1 Bad Ring Laser in sideboard. That seems to be the best card against Danny, right? Because you can battering, you can Cobalt Lust and then force the battering and then battering the battering.
We'll see if William actually gets
and he runs 1 battering main board.
Oh, he runs 1 main board. Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, this could be...
Better hold on to that like his life.
I mean, in my opinion, it's the best card to match up. Alrighty, I'm going to go take these back over. Is there any more questions we have on the deck before I come back over?
Can we just take them? Or
well, don't they need it for sideboarding? Like, don't they get a look at the...
I don't think so. I think you only look at the deck list once.
Oh, okay.
From what I know. But I'm sure if they need them, they'll take them back.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah. So we have William's deck is 2 Crusher Ball, 3 Sensu, 2 Scientist Fu, 3 Cobalt Lust, 4 Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku, 3 Encouraging Present Monaka, 3 Explosive Spirit Son Goku, 4 Unwavering Soldier Shigesh, 4 Planet Vegeta, 4 Great Ape Vegeta, 4 March of the Great Ape, 3 Lord of the Great Apes King Vegeta, 4 Bardock, 3 Flying Nimbus, 3 Absolute Defense Great Ape King Vegeta, and 1 Bad Ring Laser.
Sweet. I mean, a lot of 3-ofs.
What's weird, he runs 3 of the 3 drop. Usually you run 4 of the 3 drop, so you guarantee the search for the 5 drop.
Yes.
He runs 3 of the 3 drop.
No, 3 is 3's pretty standard from what I've seen. I know
Oh,
when
really?
I
Is
built
it?
my deck, I played
Oh.
3. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can search it on Planet Vegeta.
Yeah. I mean, of course, yeah.
It's not too bad,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought most decks I thought I saw was 4.
Because you have Explosive Son Goku as like a 2 or 3 of, and then you have King Vegeta as like a 3 or 4 of.
Sure.
So that's about 6 to 8 copies, depending on like how many copies you play.
I'm trying to take a look. I
Wow, she
don't think I see Bad Ring in William's hand right now. And this is a pretty good spot for Danny to to combo off here if he has it. I don't think he does, but this is a pretty good situation for him to be in because he gets to.
This is extremely good because not only did William not start off as fast as he would like, but
Yep.
why did he send? Oh, he comboed.
It was off the
well,
attack.
his,
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah. Okay. So Danny's still at 6 life.
Stroke your beards.
Huh?
DBS Dex Mark, 1,000 cheer or whatever. Let me stroke your beards.
Oh my goodness. What's up, Mark? Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits, my friend. Really means a lot.
Appreciate it, man. I don't even know what that is. I'm such a scrub.
It's okay. It's just like it's a currency that's
Oh, cool. It's like a Twitch currency?
yeah, it's a Twitch currency. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So thank you so much, my man. Thank you. Really means a lot. All the support, love. Like I said, your guys' support, your guys' donations, your bits, subscribes, all that stuff helps me get to these events and do these streams. So, thank you so much. It just really
DBS
means a
Deck
lot to
is
me.
a big integral part of
Absolutely.
a lot of these players being here.
Yeah,
Also, too,
absolutely.
because the
The-
ability of just like brewing their decks, saving their creations, which is great. I think you need to capture people's
Right.
brews and imaginations.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Danny has.
I use
Use
it.
the
I use
site
it.
a
I use
few
it every day on
times.
stream, man. It's amazing. Not only can you build your decks, you can also export them to Octagon and Untap to play them online.
Really cool
Yeah.
feature. You can actually fill out your deck list on DBS Decks by actually making it in picture form. That's a new addition. I don't even know. Like, it was an addition that Mark actually brought up to me before the event.
Sure.
He was like, by the way, for anybody going to San Jose, you can actually just, instead of writing out your deck, just export your deck and it puts it on a deck sheet for you with the card number and everything. It's just revolutionary.
Right. It's definitely awesome. All right, William's going to Cobalt us the Cabo. We see that quite often. That's like been one of the. I'm going to fix this camera. This thing I keep turning this off auto, and it keeps saying I don't care. I'm going to go on auto again. And it's like really frustrating me.
Oh, the match count?
What's the auto exposure? It's like it just keeps going. I keep turning it off, and it keeps saying I don't care. I'm going to be on. So I don't know why it does that, but. All right, there we go, guys.
Yeah, we've been seeing this pretty common, just one ape off a march.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because the beginning of the day yesterday, we were seeing a bunch of just slaughterings with March of the Great Apes and like dropping double apes and just like drawing 2 cards and like
Right.
doing this turn 2 and then like doing it multiple times sometimes. It was just insane.
The
I was
deck
just like,
honestly looked
what's
unbeatable.
going on? Yeah, I was just like,
It looked unbeatable. It's
Well,
like
I mean,
on turn
if-
2, I have like four drops out.
if they're consistently
Jorgo.
getting something like that,
Yeah.
then I mean, I guess at that
It's like,
point,
holy
it's
crap.
just-
That poor Beers player got slaughtered, man. I mean, nothing you could
It
do.
was just, yeah.
Like his opponent literally had
Did you
more.
have nightmares about it?
Yeah, I did. I woke up in a cold sweat today. I was like, apes,
Oh,
God's
March of the
destruction. Yeah, it was the same. It's like I don't get it. Like he literally had more. Like his opponent had more apes in the field than he had cards on the board, counting his leader and everything. It's absurd.
so insane. So you just been yanking. J Focus keeps getting upstaged by Mark. He did it on my channel, and then he just comes in and does it.
In fact,
Are you kidding me?
J Folk is actually 3rd right now. He's not even 2nd.
He's not even second. Oh, jeez.
Alrighty.
That's hilarious. But yeah, Danny in a not too much of a bad space because he does have a decent amount of energy. So I think he's just missing a bad ring.
I think he has the bad ring. I think what he's missing is the Zeno. That's what we saw.
I think.
Because he charged a bad ring last game.
No, I think I see the Zeno.
Well, he charged a bad ring last turn, so I don't think he would charge a bad ring and then need to draw another bad ring, right?
Yeah, no. I'm just saying that I think I see the Zeno.
Yeah, the Zeno's definitely right there, So maybe
what is he
it's chain attack.
Chain attack?
Maybe it's both. Maybe it's chain attack, and I don't know. I could imagine Danny like charging a battering if he didn't need to use it.
Yeah,
like,
no,
you know what I
exactly. Yeah, unless he desperately needed yellow energy. It is his only yellow energy right now, but there's no reason why he would need the yellow energy because there's no Planet Vegeta out there either.
Right.
Like, that's the only problem with battering too. You need to have battering, a yellow source, and a card to discard with a battering that's yellow as well.
Interesting that William decided to give Danny 2 cards. Turns on his Piccolos. I mean, I get it. He's going to awaken anyway. But that's pretty devastating. Flying Nimbus is a draw. Attack 20k. Yeah, it's actually it's pretty frustrating because like for the deck because you need chain attack Trunks, you need Zeno, you need battering, and you need a yellow card to pitch. So essentially you need 4 cards.
Yeah, all the mecha, but we do have the one non-mecha still alive here in this tournament and piloted by none other than KTM's Danny Hype, and he's been completely just demolishing these mecha ape. At least the mecha apes I've been seeing.
No, he needs the battering. He has everything else in hand. He needs the battering.
Okay. He just needs battering.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is odd. Why he charged?
Why he charged it? I don't know.
So early. And it gives you.
That was such a fast untap. I think he just drew it. Vegeta, King Vegeta, or Planet Vegeta. I saw it was the yellow card. And I saw his like quick snap reaction.
It's also information to your opponent, but if Danny's like super next level, he can like just run it out there anyways.
Yeah, he
and
can
just
just run
be like,
it out
oh
there.
yo.
Because I think he has 2 chain attacks.
Yeah.
So you could just run it out. Yep. Topo. Don't mind that at all.
Yeah, you just play Planet Vegeta here and pass probably.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you Planet Vegeta, go get a combo, or he's just gonna play it out. I like
Well,
this.
he's just running it out. Yeah, if you think about it, then your opponent
He has to take
get
a
rid
life,
of it.
and that's good. Danny
your
wants him to
opponent
take a
has
life.
get rid of it, yeah. And now William's been put on like better deal with his Trunks, or you're just gonna lose next turn. And what is William gonna have? Another cold bloodless? You know, like it's just very hard for him to get another one because now
Also,
he
what's
can
cool
just
is
play the chain attack Trunks for 2 energy.
Also, what's cool is Danny can now play the next chain attack Trunks for 2.
Yes,
He can evolve.
Yeah.
He can evolve it if he
That's
wants
what
to.
I'm saying, yeah.
Goes and just replaces the chain attack Trunks. So cool. So essentially, it's just that chain attack Trunks just did a damage. It just came into play and dealt a damage. That's really, it's really good for what he wants to do. Good job, man. You did good. Alrighty.
Who's that? Oh, no, I'm not happy about it. I just never heard of it.
Okay, so Danny's passing turn now. Though we know he does have Flying Nimbus, Crusher Ball, a lot of defensive cards. Flying Nimbus. Is he going to ditch a yellow card? He has to be careful because he ditches a yellow card. But does he?
Exactly.
But does he have? He has to have a
He
yellow.
needs to have
Yeah.
one for battery. Red, yellow.
You can just talk. You can just. What's up?
Rank. Just rank.
Yeah.
That was his seeding.
Oh.
Seeding. Yeah, seeding going into top 32. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's So 15K. Going to draw a card here. I don't think William got the other battering. So this is going to be just pitch and pan. Okay. And that's William's turn, right? So you got Flying Nimbus, and then Topoed, and then just Comet above. So Danny only needs like, I don't think he has another yellow card in hand, right? Like he doesn't.
He had a Planet Vegeta, which I don't know what he got off that, but
He got a chain attack off of it,
Okay,
so he
he got a
replaced
chain
his chain
attack
attack
off
off
of
of
it.
it. Yeah. It's actually possible though, if Danny draws another chain attack, he could actually evolve chain attack into another chain attack.
yeah, all the top 32 decks will be posted, or are already posted on
Right.
the ARG Dragon Ball Circuit.
Oh, he actually does have a
page.
Planet Vegeta. He actually can do that. So what he could do this turn is he'll be an energy short, I think, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he'll be an energy short to do that. Okay. But what he can do next turn, if he can survive, he can just play Chain Attack, and if it gets Cold Blasted, he can just evolve Chain Attack again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
he
he-
could do that here, no?
Well, he could, yeah.
I mean, if he gets Cold
If-
Blasted again.
But he has to get another Chain Attack. He only has one in hand. But he drew the Planet Vegeta, so he can search for the second one as well.
Okay.
His opponent still has 4 energy open, though, which is pretty scary, actually. William playing very well. I haven't, said that enough, but William, not tapping out like you see most apes do and stuff. He has plenty of energy up.
Yeah, he has a lot of energy. Maybe too much energy. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah, maybe it's just that he's trying to play.
Yeah, so he's going to evolve over his Chain Attack Trunks here.
There it is.
And there's his Zeno. Oh, the card under the evolved card does not go back into.
Oh, okay, yep. Good catch by the judge. Good catch by the
Good
judge.
catch, yeah. That was a very quick.
Yeah, that was fast.
Yeah, that was fast, faster than.
That's why he's the head judge.
Yeah.
Casey Campbell with that quick snap. The thing too about apes is it's actually hard for them to get their board back.
Yes.
Once they've established it, it's actually hard for them to get it back, especially
Super
when he's already used to Great Ape or March of the Great Apes. So that's really the way you get your board
Now
back.
you're playing a lot. You're playing your deck without those.
Yeah,
parts of the Great Apes
you're
now.
playing a lot more fair. And even when you play March, you have to pay 4 for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pay 2, but you have to take life, and that's obviously what Danny wants you to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely really scary. If you're Danny, do you just pass here? Do you attack with Zeno? You probably don't want to give him a card, right? Oh, Danny gets to play out this Gohan. It's such a good card in this situation. He gets to draw a card. Crusher Ball. Okay.
Yeah, Crusher Ball there, very strong.
Yeah, it's very strong, but it's also, again, not terrible for Danny because it's a card out of his hand,
Yes.
Mecha's a lot less scarier when they don't have a novel in hand, right? When
Yes.
he has 3 cards in hand, that's that
Exactly.
seems
Then you're
measurable.
just yeah.
Right? Because the most he can do in his turn is well, I guess he would draw a card for turn, but essentially the most he could possibly do with 3 cards in hand is march into 2 cards. That's all. You have no hand, so it's scary. And Danny's board's pretty terrifying too, so yeah. Danny the Ape Killer. I don't know. We'll see. I think William can get back into this though. I just think it's going to require him to be able to establish the board with March and leave some energy up. Okay, there's Planet Vegeta. See what he'll go search for. So Mark sent me the PDF file for the top 32. The problem is I can't post. I can't go there because I'm not logged into.
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
We have nothing
Yeah,
open here.
so
we open one thing and the connection will probably go.
Well, also, I'm using a rented laptop. I don't want to sign into my Facebook, but I can mod. So I can mod DBS decks. I'll let you do it. All right, there you go. Okay. So Danny's board's looking pretty scary. William doing a fantastic job getting this Gohan off the board. In my opinion, the Gohan is the scariest card on the field for William because is he gonna take a life? Oh, he paid for it. Okay, he paid for it. So this is Sensu Bean. Yep. So he's going up to 30K here. Danny can get to 25 pretty easy with the Unbreakable in hand, but I think he just needs to. The amount of power that's in Danny's hand right now, he has like 2 super combos in hand and another Gohan. So he can actually just attack with Gohan into double strike.
Hard casting an ape here.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the deck doesn't seem as explosive when this happens, right?
Yes,
like when you get reset, you know? I mean, it's still scary. I mean, he can still come back if he can like march or play a couple waves, but I don't know if Danny will protect this or not.
Probably not. It depends. I mean, like, it's actually not terrible to cycle through the unbreakable spirits of Goku right here. Not only does it save you an attacker, it digs you into something that can actually just finish off William.
It does, but Danny can attack with like Zeno, and William will probably have to take it or stop it, and then like, because like Danny has a Gohan in hand with 2 super combos, so it's actually possible that Danny can all in him from 2 life, but he has to force out that blocker first.
Yes. And that's a good thing to force out the blocker.
Right. So he either needs like another like double strike threat, which like, it's definitely scary. What's the best draw for Danny right now? Is it like a pan? Like if you go Gohan pan, is that like the best draw? You go up to 20k.
Best draw would probably be like chain attack into pan.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
And the beauty of this whole Zeno combo, it puts back the chain attack trunks every single time. So it's actually super likely for you to actually just make that follow-up play after the reset.
Yeah, so Danny's what I'm saying here is he's actually attacking with Zeno. So what he's trying to do here is like force out an attack here. So he wants William to either have to take this or block. Either way, it sets up his Gohan. Okay, William's going to Flying Nimbus with a life. That is a very, very scary play by William because he has the ability not to. He doesn't have to do that. Oh, bad Ring Crusher Ball.
That makes that attack lethal.
No, that makes that attack lethal with
now,
2 super combos.
Instead of that not being a lethal attack, it is now a lethal attack, and. Well, actually, smart play. Heads up, William still has the opportunity to block.
The block,
here.
He does. Yeah, because it's negates, autos, blocks, and then combos. Absolutely.
So here, even though that's a huge play, William can actually still block the attack,
and this is scary for William because you have to block the Zeno attack, and Danny still has 5 energy open and a leader attack that draws him a card. So it's very, very scary. Also, guys, don't forget DBS decks. Put in the all the deck lists and the top standings and stuff in the link. So go check that out on the ARG's Google Drive. Piccolo into Piccolo.
Yeah, you just go all in here because William cannot respond to your leader attack.
Yeah.
And he just shows leaders and dead cards, and that's what Mecha does after the reset.
Yep, that's the thing. It was like I think the last couple times we've seen Danny do this combo, he's just killed his opponent afterwards, and I think it gives up the illusion that Danny has to kill his opponent after he does it, but he absolutely doesn't. The reset itself is actually almost game winning. Like it's so hard and honestly, William had way more energy than most Mecha Apes have, and he still couldn't recover. So it's like it's pretty scary. I almost imagine William will sideboard in this. Let's look at the sideboards a little bit. So let's look at William's sideboard options. Probably going to sideboard in the Battering Laser. Sun Goten Family Adjust is actually an interesting sideboard card too. He can pick off the early Kabbas to stop Danny from awakening.
Danny probably going to side in maybe another copy of Battering Laser after seeing that William has access to Battering Laser in the main hand side. But other than that, maybe a Jiren. Jiren's really good against monkeys. It is.
Especially when you can untap afterwards. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes it can like let you like survive. You know, because then Danny goes off on 5, he doesn't go off on 4. So your turn 4 play being like Jiren, put pressure on 2 of your apes. Ready 3, play Jiren, play like a topo out is very devastating. Good thing about Jiren too is
So one thing I've noticed on the stream I kept having to do is whenever the guy plays a cheetah card, even if you don't look at the top, you have to shuffle your deck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, with
okay.
Vegeta, even if you don't look, you have to shuffle.
Oh, you still have to
So I
shuffle,
have to
okay.
remind him to do that every time.
Okay, so even
That's
even if you don't look, you have to shuffle it.
Nice.
Yeah,
you get a
'cause it's
free
period,
shuffle
then-
off
yeah, it's period, then
Prince
comma,
Vegeta,
shuffle your
which is
deck.
great.
Okay.
Prince Vegeta combo ability, which is, even if you don't look at the top 3, you do still have to
You just
shuffle.
have to shuffle,
So,
which is pretty cool. I mean, there's some different ways you can take advantage of that. There's some
Yeah.
different cards and stuff you can do. I mean, the new Kakarot card, for example.
Type of short trunks too. Like when you put something
Yeah.
to the bottom.
To the bottom. Yeah. There's ways to take advantage of it. Pretty cool. Thank you, Casey.
Yeah, so we're going into
I'll tell you
game
what, guys.
2 right
Danny
now.
looking unstoppable against these ape decks. Danny looking unstoppable.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's insane. It's so crazy.
Doing a great
even,
job.
Even against like different playstyles, it's not like Anthony. It's not like William was approaching it the same way that Anthony did, and I think William was at a significantly better position after the reset than Anthony was. William, playing a little bit differently, and despite that, it was still something that Danny was able to still capitalize on and
Right.
just execute the strategy to the point where the deck itself, just Mega Apes itself, just very hard. Once you lose your board, you just get it back going again. That's what the whole deck is pretty much functioned to do, and they use so many resources in trying to make that happen. That when it doesn't, it's just or when it loses it, it's just like game over.
Yeah, it does, because the thing about Mecha, while it is very powerful, like you said, the resource it uses to accelerate its board state is its life. That is a limited resource. They only have so many of that. So if they use most of it up, and then the board gets reset, they don't have the remaining left over to rebuild it back up. So yeah, absolutely. Very, very devastating. Do we know how the other stream game is going? Do we know how remember, guys, you can check out the other stream game on the ARG Facebook page. It's the ARG Circuit Dragon Ball Series. Are you leaving? It's the ARG Circuit Series Facebook group. Please go check that out. First time ever in regional history, you can watch 2 matches at the same time. That means when we go into top 4, you can actually watch both games.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Super, super cool.
Wow, they have a top 16 mat. That's really nice.
I actually like these playmats a lot.
Yeah, no, that's super cool.
I really want a Caulifla playmat. I like her a lot. She's my Dragon Ball waifu. I like her a lot. Her new card's sick too.
I got back because I needed one from this. You bought it? I get better than a lemon.
Alrighty. Danny with another pretty strong hand. Possibility. Gets to keep that Kaba, which is very good. It helps him awaken. I mean, if Danny gets to see 2 Kabas off the start, we saw that being very strong against the Mecha Frieza Ape deck. It's also allows Danny to awaken, which is very, very powerful. Now, I don't know if Williams sideboard in the Sun Gotens, but it's possible that if Danny gets too aggressive with the Kabas, like by playing one, for example, before he can attack with it, Sun Goten can really punish that card, which is pretty scary. Also, Sun Goten is a Saiyan, so it's actually free off of the ape, off the Great Ape, the King Vegeta Great Ape, which is very powerful because it allows you to remove a card essentially for free. Which one of the big drawbacks of that card is it's a 1-cost 5k boost. And while it does kill something that's very powerful, it does cost you a resource, which oftentimes you can't afford to do early in the game. But King Vegeta allows you to do that.
No problem. So yeah, we're gonna see how William is gonna attack this now because
My favorite thing about
I
Danny's
don't
deck
know.
is that most of these players are playing against it for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's a great position to be in the top 8 of the tournament, right? Especially when fatigue is set in, these players are tired, you know what I mean? And here they go, they have to play against a deck they've never played before. They'll learn it as they go.
Blindsided.
They make tons of play mistakes, or they might not be prepared for it. I mean, I'm not saying William does those things. I think William played that last round the best I've seen any Apes player play against this deck so far. Okay. William choosing to go first. Now, traditionally, William having to put Scientist Fu down as his first energy.
Oh my god.
Not ideal by any means.
I mean, Scientist Fu is probably significantly just worse against the Zeno deck just because like those two cards don't mean anything when you're getting reset. It still provides
It is
a
pretty
good
good.
amount
It
of
is pretty good
effort.
after reset.
Yeah.
If you can draw into it.
After reset's fantastic.
Right.
That's why it's something that I would probably keep in my hand just because
Yeah.
if I can, if I can afford it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't really see his hands. We don't really know, what he's giving up for it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, William going first here, and this has traditionally been the game that Danny has lost against these ape decks. I mean, game 2 seems to be the toughest one for him when he goes second. When he goes first, he's always that, like, 1 energy up, which is pretty important. Alrighty. Yeah, I see people are asking about the deck after the errata, and I will absolutely say that after the errata, this deck is still very good. It actually preys on other SS3 Goku decks as well, and so if you're in the mirror match and your opponent awakens first, you can reset their hand back to 5, then awaken yourself, and you're up a lot, which is pretty cool. It's also pretty good against Cell Chain as well, because if they Cell Chain you down to 3, and you keep Chain Attack Zeno, you can actually Chain Attack and go back up to 5. So it's actually pretty good against that as well. So I think Danny's deck does have a good matchup against the format afterwards. But it might change. It might actually lose yellow and go somewhere else. It's possible that it might not, since it won't need as much battering.
Yes,
because
because Cold-Bloodless won't be as
prevalent.
You're gonna have a lot of people just divert away from Mecha. I'm sure everyone's like tired of playing Mecha, even if it might be still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I think people just want to try new things and like break new things and just innovate new decks, and you just see that all the time. So, it's probably something that maybe you keep in the deck. I mean, it's cool because you have Flying Nimbus Axis, you have you have Youthful Bulma, you have Planet Vegeta, which is like huge pieces in the whole deck. So those are cards that you might want to just keep up with, but. As far as like this deck against non-Mecha decks, I played this deck and I played against a lot of non-Mecha decks. Not exactly this yellow iteration. Never like tried the yellow iteration. I think it's fantastic, but as far as just just red-blue, which was like the original version, I feel like that was still very good and very powerful against non-Mecha decks. And against Mecha decks, I was falling into the same problem, where it's like once they bloodlust your little play, then it's over. But
Right.
That's why I think Danny just took it to the next step, and he was like, how do I stop that? And that's where you saw this deck blossom. So it's definitely going to be something big in the future, and I think decks are still going to try to jam maybe even more Chain Attack Trunks combos.
Right.
Fearless Pan, even the Gohan's really good, and that's what I played in the deck too, because you can go Chain Attack into Gohan, which is actually decent. It's not the worst.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah.
But for 4 energy, you get 2 pretty good cards. Chain Attack Trunks, by the way, I know we haven't seen it actually do anything but the auto, but it also has another ability.
Yeah, which
that
is
it can attack active cards.
Yeah, which is great against apes, as it turns out.
And it's very good against veggies as well. So if they ever keep the Kaba up, you just go after the Kaba, and it's a 20k beater, so it's pretty good at trading against the Kale. But there's a lot of ways that you could take. There's a lot of different iterations too, which is why I'm so excited to see like what post-Mecha format is going to look like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. One of my favorite things about watching this matchup is I feel like Mecha Apes just seems out of place when they play against this matchup. Like, William plays critical double strike Apes and just chooses not to attack Danny because he doesn't want to awaken Danny. Makes sense. But the problem is, if you give Danny too much time, I think his deck is actually better late game than your deck.
It is.
And so it's a really weird. It's a forcing apes to be aggressive, and while apes can be aggressive, they do get punished by Danny's deck if they are too aggressive.
Yes.
So it's like he punishes the deck if the deck is aggressive. He also punishes the deck if it stays back. But I think you actually have a better chance of winning if you are aggressive, because it makes Danny have to have the cards right at the turn. If you give Danny too many turns, you give him more turns to draw the cards he needs. I think that's something that Anthony did very well. He was like, you know what? If you have it, you beat me. But if you don't have it, I win. And I think that's the better place to be in when you're against Danny's deck.
This is the Zeno paradox, I like to call it. I like to key that phrase. When I first played against Zeno, and it was prevalent, I know Fernando Castellanos, very good player on the circuit. He kind of enlightened me to like how do you beat this whole strategy, this Zeno strategy, and it's very hard, especially when you're the deck taking the most amount of life first, because not only are you losing those cards, normally the whole reason behind like taking life is to get it to your hand, use it to your advantage, and snowball back, but with Zeno it just takes that advantage to the point where almost you want to throw away as many of your own resources to preserve your life so that you can actually have more life down the stretch, and when your opponent tries to get back into the game, you just blow them out in a point where you're just going to have more cards. You're going to have those extra 3-4 cards. However many more cards are up on life, you're going to have that many more cards in your hand. And I think that's something just that makes Zeno just so powerful. And you don't see it that much in this format because like Mecha's just going down to 4 and then being really aggressive and then putting you at 4. But I remember in the Soul Striker format, which was a very slow format, it was very grindy, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There was a lot of Zenos popping up, main board, sideboard, and that's when I realized like this card is just really, really good, especially in this format where you're grinding back and forth, and then in Soul Striker you can defend your life very, very effectively. Well, not economically, but effectively you can still defend it, and then at that point land a Zeno, and then from there you can net an extra 2 energy. It's always good with those leaders that can net extra energy.
Right, absolutely.
Just like Son Goku, the Soul Striker one, and this one right here that we're looking at, Super Saiyan 3. It's just very good. I don't know. Zeno's always been good, to be honest. People just don't respect the card,
Right.
But people will learn. People learn today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. The card's so good. The thing I like about the card that people haven't talked about too much is how it gets you back from Cell.
Yeah, I know. It's even better. Yeah. So if Cell ends up being prevalent. Zeno was a card that I was, I first played when Beerus, Mono Blue Beerus, and Mono Blue Beerus God deck. It's very good because in the Mono Blue Beerus God deck, you're just like using all your resources to like put cards in your energy faster than your opponent.
Right.
So that's why cards like Objection are usually like people don't stray away from, because they're like, I'm just using these cards and putting them in my energy. I'm losing cards, card advantage. And that's where a Zeno on 7 or a Zeno on 6, sometimes a Zeno even on 5 if you ramp economically enough. It's just like super, super overwhelming, and like it gets you back into the game because now I have these resources. Sometimes it's your life, sometimes it's energy, where I'm already ahead of you on, and now we're on an even playing field. So all those cards that you were netting from, whatever mechanics, it's pretty much non-existent. Danny Hype with a no opening Son Goku. I did not see.
Yeah, he used it. I think the first game we saw on stream, he used it to awaken.
He has one in his entire deck.
Yeah, he attacked
which is very odd.
Yeah, he tapped the Kaba and used it to awaken. And now he's going to use it with Bulma to awaken. Danny's in a weird situation right now where William's actually playing. William's going slow mode right here. Does Danny want to try to pressure this card and kill it? Danny's at 15k, or I'm sorry, 11k with Bulma. Does he want to go up to 21k? It doesn't seem like it's worth it to use another card, but it will let him draw 2 cards. But I don't think he's going to. I think he's just going to take the card. Looks like he gets another Planet Vegeta off of that. Draws 2 off of this. Gets a Chain-Attack Trunks and a Piccolo, 2 amazing cards. Definitely needs those cards. He's going to get another card off the draw as well, which is going to allow him to hopefully get a Zeno. He's only a Zeno away from doing the combo. Now, we have seen William, I think, has like 2 or 3 Cobelas in hand. But I don't see the bad ring in William's hand, though. It is pretty hard to see. All right. Danny drawing the Planet Vegeta. And will Danny decide to combo with Unbreakable? I don't know. Danny seems to favor these cards defensively instead of offensively, which I like. All right, he's already his energy back. He has access to Flying Nimbus, which is going to be something that's going to be able to protect him for the next turn. So, William won't be able to attack with 3 cards at most. Now Danny is awakened, I expect to see William be a little bit more aggressive. But the thing is, William tapping 3 energy to evolve this King Vegeta right here could be disastrous. So we're going to see here again. Such a weird spot that Danny's deck puts you in.
Yeah, Danny still have 4 life though, so, and so is William.
Yeah,
which is actually
it's been such a different game. And I think William's just trying something different this game. He's like, I'm gonna go slow, gonna force you to awaken. I'll see if I can build my board up, maybe Alpha Strike you. I don't know, maybe that's a better way to approach the.
You want to preserve a lot of resources because your deck and your hand and your field here are all going to become one very soon. I think that's inevitable at this point. You just got to be able to like prep your deck for the most consistent draws. And You see William's energy just ape. Son Goku finds his food.
Interesting that William decides to attack with leader first and gets Flying Nimbus. That essentially makes his William has one more attack. I mean, he's going to be able to play out his King Vegeta, which is a very strong play, obviously, but you hate to see your leader getting Flying Nimbus. Maybe a little bit of a misstep by William. You know, again, like I said, every time I see Danny play this deck, I just feel like it keeps throwing his opponent off a little bit. William doing a good job, though, keeping 2 yellow open, though. So what this 2 yellow is going to do is allow William to stop Danny's entire combo without taking a life.
Yeah.
So you can combo lust and battering, which is huge. I don't think I see the battering in hand. I do see 2 lust. Okay. I think Danny drew a Piccolo off that, but I can't see. Yeah, it was a Piccolo. Danny trying to figure out what he wants to charge here. He does have battering in hand. He does have the Chain Attack Trunks. I think he has 2 Chain Attack Trunks in hand. I can't quite tell. So Danny's going to say no charge here. And he's going to use Vegeta here to search for maybe another Chain Attack and just try to maybe... Actually, we see what appears to be all Zenos in life. In 1, 2. Yeah, so there's 1 in life. Go look one more time. There's 1, there's 2.
3.
You see 3?
Yeah, I saw 3.
Okay. All 3 in life. What Saiyan do you want to get here? Do you want to get another Chain Attack, or do you might want to go Gohan? Yeah, there's a Gohan. I like that a lot.
Gohan digs.
Yeah, Gohan does dig. He's also a threat your opponent has to deal with. You know, one thing that Danny tries to do is stall, and a lot of times one of the best ways you can stall in this game is by aggression, right? You attack with Gohan, your opponent's going to have to attack one of his cards at Gohan to kill it next turn, whether it be his leader, whether it be his...
Exactly. It diverts his attack, plus it nets a card.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a negate that draws you a card. All right, Danny's going to pay 3, play out Gohan. We see a Crusher Ball. Danny's going to attack. Draw a card. I think William's trying to decide if he wants to... he's going to let it go through. Okay. I didn't see a... Oh, another Gohan. Interesting. That's more dig. All right, Danny's attacking with Topo, 20k into 15k here. I love Topo against Apes. It's such a unique card. It makes your opponent have to use a card because if you get a ready Topo, it's like it's literally devastating. Okay, Shigesh into Baby Goku. Okay. There's the 4 energy. Danny at 4 energy here. No Topos in hand or anything like that. This is actually going to be a pretty strong hand for William. I think if William can get an advantage, this is going to be the turn he can get some advantage off. He has the ability to, attack for 5, 6 damage, 7 damage at least. Danny having no Flying Nimbus or anything in hand. Again, we talked about this Gohan here. But Danny can use the Bulma to just protect the Gohan, maybe forcing out a second attack. We'll see if William decides to, maybe Nimbus or something. Nah, there's Danny hype. Using that Bulma to protect it. William attacking for 20k crit. I think this card isn't to leader, but we'll see. Unbreakable, draws a card. Gets the Zeno off the card.
Wow.
Gets the Zeno. There's the combo.
Dude, how is this... he's just destined.
It's a destiny.
Right? It's just destiny.
And the thing is,
at this point.
Unlike Monaka, Zeno makes you so happy when you draw him. He has that cute little face. He's so excited. He's happy. Yeah, he's like, hey, what's up, Danny?
Hey, what's up, man?
We're doing good, buddy.
He doesn't even show up at the beginning. He's just like, I'll show up when you need me.
When you need me to.
He's a true Dragon Ball god.
All right. William going to use double apes here. Oh, just 1 ape, actually. Okay. So this is the third March of the Great Apes I think we've seen from William here. That means if Danny gets to resolve this Zeno here, it's pretty rough. I'm feeling pretty confident if Danny could survive this turn and resolve the Zeno, which he has all the pieces to do so. He should be in a pretty good spot.
400.
400. Thank you guys so much. 400
Yeah.
viewers. That's great.
Awesome.
I think, what was our record before? Do you remember? Like at North Carolina?
North Carolina, I think we had like maybe 250, maybe 300.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
we're like,
think-
yeah. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We really, I know that.
Everything's growing.
Right.
The followers, participants.
Right.
I feel like everything's on the up. It's a great
Yeah.
time.
Thank you guys so much. Like I said, I can't thank you guys enough. William with another March in hand, but I don't think he has any more apes in hand. So here's Danny with the Piccolo. Going to draw a card. Gets what appears to be yellow card. Another Zeno. No. I think he shuffled it. Okay. All right, here's Piccolo. Draw a card. Gets Bulma. And goes Gohan. That might be William's turn here. Yep, that's William's turn. William does have 3 energy open. Do you see battering in the hand? I do not think I see a battering.
So good at hiding his hand. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say no, just cause it'd be cool if
Yeah.
he did it. So let's just assume.
It's because it'd be neato. Seems reasonable. Danny's taking his time here, though. He's like, man, do you have it? Do you not have it? I think if Danny, though, I think you only have 2 in the deck. While Mecha does draw so many cards, I think it's okay to. Also, Danny has Flying Nimbus. Danny has Flying Nimbus in hand, so like he doesn't like if this gets battering, he's still fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, still
That
fine.
would be best case. Oh yeah. Go bloodlust. All right. Battering. Yeah. Pay the life. There you go. There
Danny?
you go. That's good. That's good. You get him. Pay the cost first. Pay the cost. That's what you want to do. Yeah. Battering going down here for Danny. Oh wait. Does he have to pay the cost? Oh, I guess his
Yeah,
opponent
because
just
his
didn't have
opponent
the
said
battering.
no counter negate, and he does have to pay the cost. Yeah. You have to feel the frustration.
He's double checking, see if when he plays the chain attack Trunks, can he play maybe another, or when the Zeno lands, can he play another Cold Bloodlust?
Oh, I think he might want to Crusher Ball the Zeno, maybe? Is that what he's wanting to do? I'm trying to look in his hand, see what he has. I mean, you can Bloodlust the Zeno when it comes into play, but the effect still happens.
Yes.
So there has to be something going on here real quick.
Yeah, there's maybe a few questions that he wants to ask.
Yeah,
The Crusher Ball, if he has another window to Cold Bloodlust, something else maybe. I don't know.
So we have to wait and see, and then it looks like that Casey is preparing to come over. So we'll
Yeah.
see what the question is. So far, everything looked legal there. I didn't see any play that was weird there
Yeah.
or anything like that. Like he waited for the response. Okay, I'm actually just gonna walk over there if you don't mind. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
because
see
there is multiple windows, so we're gonna go over there. Dusty's gonna go over there and just double check. Inspector Dusty. He's gonna double check. I'm sure everything is gonna be fine. Maybe William's just asking those questions that you want to ask, because you never know where the judge can, rule things as far as like when you can do things, and maybe it helps him in game 3 if he ends up getting to a game 3. He knows where he messed up or where he could have done a certain card, or anything like that. So it never hurts to ask. I'm not sure exactly what they're discussing once again. We're not near the match, not too near the match, but Dusty is over there finding out exactly what's going on so that we can inform you guys. So it looks like that Cold Bloodlust is going to resolve. He is going to pay the 1 yellow energy. And whoa, it looks like it stopped the Zeno play?
Yeah, it looks like that's what's happening.
So, here's what happens. He Bloodlust the Trunks summon, and so he Battering the Trunks summon. So Trunks now comes into play. Trunks gets his skill to summon a card. Danny didn't realize that creates a separate counter window that his opponent can then Bloodlust again. So whatever he chooses to bring out with Trunks will be blanked. Just like if you Bloodlust a Shugesh play, or if you Bloodlust a Union Absorb. What you summon out will be blanked. But since it's a blank summon, you don't have to reveal beforehand. He can choose not to summon anything off of it and just get a Bloodlust out of his opponent's hand. So that at least, if he can survive another turn, he can play his other Trunks and do Zeno, but his opponent now knows he has that in hand.
Right.
That is the head judge, Casey, and we trust this ruling.
It works like so.
Yeah.
It works like
so.
so.
Like so. Okay. So that's great. That's good. That's where asking questions from William's side can really get you places, because you want to make sure that you have timing windows. Because remember, Cold Bloodlust before only had one window of when you can play it. And ever since the errata, you have 2 windows now. So he went 1 window, stopped that window. After that window was negated by the bad ring, it's not like he responded to the bad ring with a Cold Bloodlust. That's not what happened. What happened was he went to the second window and he played the Cold Bloodlust. So because cards like this, you don't know what's going to come out, you can play a Cold Bloodlust, blanket whatever's going to come out, and it just really depends on the timing. And sometimes here, I think Danny, if he would have been more clear on like what window he was doing it on, and been like, I'm doing it on that second window, it would have been over.
Right.
That would have worked.
Yeah.
But I think because there wasn't any communication as far as the windows, then the automatically assumption from like the judges and from the players is just like, all right, you're doing it in window 1.
Right. Yeah, so essentially what happened was like Danny played it, they got Cold Bloodlust, so they come into play effect. Okay, so Danny bad ringed the Cold Bloodlust come into the play effect. So what that did is it opened up the special summon window.
Yes.
And so his opponent just Bloodlusted that too. And so that means if he plays Zeno, it comes in blanked.
Yes.
And so essentially he used 2 Bloodlusts to stop the effect to come in.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's worth it for Danny.
Yeah.
And if Danny gets untapped here, he can just do the same thing again. And
But
it
the
forces
next time he does that, he wants to clarify, which one.
Right.
Or, because then the player, well, now William will know, but maybe his next opponent might not.
Right.
All right, so another one? Is this a second?
Yeah, this will be the 3rd Cold Bloodlust we've seen, I think, or 4th.
It's going to be another evolution. It looks like he tapped it 2 red. Yeah, that's another Cold Bloodlust.
So that's number 3. That's number 3.
Wow.
Thing is, though, is Danny could, if he gets it, could attack Planet Vegeta, go get my other chain attack. Okay, gonna draw. What does it get?
He can evolve again here, which is hilarious.
Piccolo draw. He's actually going for it. He got it. He got the chain attack.
No way.
Yes, he did. Off the Piccolo. That's what he was going for right there. And here it comes. Here it comes. Chain attack. Do you have the 4th one? Jeez, Danny's playing this deck so masterfully. Jeez. He has Crusher Ball. Okay. So it resolved this time.
Finally, you persevere, you push, and you push.
Wait.
Oh, wait, the life. Yeah, the life. Ooh, quick feat by Dusty. He saw William start scooping up all his energy into the life, and that would have been devastating, because then that would have been an automatic game loss for William, because that is irreversible game state, and Dusty pretty much saved the irreversible game state from going on.
Unfortunately, what happened was the chain attack trucks actually went into the drop. I missed that. But the Apes player accidentally shuffled, like he picked up all of
his energy.
Yeah.
So
We stopped it. We got there. We just have to figure out what it was at.
Yeah, because that would have been an irreversible game state at that point.
Right. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna look into stream, see where his
Because on stream we can fix this, and we have 2 judges watching, so we also have an idea of what his energy was, regardless. So we just want to double check before we don't give anybody a game loss just for a simple mistake like that.
Yeah, of course. Bear with us for a second, guys. We're going to be
Enhance.
Inspector Gadgets here. We're going to go and use this high quality replay footage.
That's the power of them videos.
That's the power of them internets.
That's the internets get you the videos. All right, let's look here and see what we got. Freaking interesting matchup. Learned a lot. Learned so much.
I know Danny got tilted once he realized that ruling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I watch this, please? I don't know why you want me to watch this.
Can you reverse on your stream at all? Or?
I can't. Why it's like. I mean, it's recording at the same. Like.
Oh, I got you.
Sorry, guys. We're gonna try to keep you guys as entertained as possible here while we take a look. We just want to make sure we can see what his energy was at, so we can get him back to where he needs to be.
We're in game 2.
Okay, so there we go. We're pulling up the past broadcast. Sorry, guys, if you guys hear it, I'm gonna try to mute it before I can. Before it. Come on, wickedly fast Wi-Fi, help me, boy. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're at the spot now. We just need to look at the energy real quick.
Explosive Goku.
But he has five. He has five energy. Yeah, so it's Fu, Baby Goku, 2 Bardock, and then another ape here, which I can't see which.
King Vegeta.
King Vegeta. Yeah, there you go. Yep. All right.
With the power of the
With
technology.
the power of the future.
We have fixed something that was not irreplaceable. That's why we went through this.
Right.
Judges were watching the stream. We had the information available to us to make that call.
Right. Yep.
So
Yeah, that's what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to give any game losses. We don't do anything weird. That's that's kind of why we're here.
damage control.
Damn it. Just call us damage control.
Damage control.
I'm damage. He's control.
I'm controlling the damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a cool matchup, guys. Learning so much about interactions here and how things go.
Yeah, so we got everything fixed, guys. And we're going to proceed as normal, just like the game was happening. Danny Hype resolving his Zeno and putting back all the cards. Resetting both players' hands. And it looks like, from William's side, he drew a ton of events off that.
Yeah.
I see a battering laser. I see a cold bloodlust.
Danny using the Planet Vegeta to get another chain attack Trunks.
Jeez.
That's going to be the
How many
fifth
chain
one
attack-
we've
how many-
seen.
How many chain attack trunks can Danny play?
Yeah, let's see. Let's
Around
get. Let's get.
5 or 6.
Let's get a chain attack Trunks. They live up to their name. Miss 300. Such a good movie. Though William did get March off of that. Planet Vegeta, which is probably going to search an ape so he can take advantage of. I'll tell you what, William actually got a pretty good draw off the Zeno.
Yeah. The Zeno just, it really depends. Like, sometimes you get a great draw off of it, sometimes you don't. On William's side, it looks like he got a terrible one because he got a lot of events. But on Danny's side, his deck doesn't have that many events, so he crafts his deck to, draw not the worst off this, but damn, William with a March of the Great Apes and
Crusher Ball
off Danny. Okay,
buys him a
it's gonna
turn,
save
essentially.
him.
Mhm.
All right, that's good. Oh, a bad ring laser. He's like, you can bad ring, I can bad ring.
I'll bad
too.
ring too.
But he's got to pay the energy, though, because...
Or he take a life. It's up to him. He's going to take a life here.
Okay, 2 energy for the March and the life, and then the bad ring. Did you pay 1 for the bad
Wait,
ring?
yeah. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, just remember, guys, you need to tap your energy for your cards before you actually play them, because what William did here, he played the March, didn't even pay any energy whatsoever, and then played a bad ring to Danny's Crusher Ball, and you have to pay energy for your spells, guys. Like, that's the first thing you do, because...
So what happened there was,
he just delayed his energy, right?
Yeah, just delayed his energy cost.
And I'm telling the stream, like, when you play a spell, you have to pay the cost. There's nothing in there's nothing that's gonna stop. Like, Danny can't play a card that says don't pay the cost of your spell. So I was telling him, just play the March. If you're gonna pay your life or you're gonna pay energy, use it first before there's a response from the other player. So Danny was good about that before, but as the game goes on, obviously it's very easy to. For it to slip by. So it was a good call. What's up, brother? You're out?
See, man, it was nice seeing you. Thank you.
You guys transferring through Denver again? Or?
Yeah, we through Denver again.
17
17 hours?
hours in
Yeah,
Denver?
yeah.
I live downtown.
Oh, yeah,
like,
cool.
like 20 minutes. If you guys want to get up and like hang out for a little while, just get away from the airport and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it. Yeah.
You have me on Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully see you in the next regional.
Yeah, when we get some more content, man.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. It's soon. Yeah, very soon. All right. So, right.
We'll get more too, bro.
All right.
bro.
So William wins that game.
Huh?
William wins that game.
William won that game?
Yeah.
What happened?
He attacked and he actually marched and then drew 2 cards off of it. It was like all apes, and then he just comboed out his entire hand. Yeah. It was definitely a little tricky there at the end, because what happened was like William played March. Yeah, it was a little weird. Some unfortunate circumstances, but here we go. Final match coming up. Final round coming up.
So 1-1 going into game 3 here. I could only assume that everybody's going to be making sure that things go a little bit smoothly.
Yeah. I mean,
We have Casey over there. He's usually very good at spotting these things. And that was his ruling on the energy. And it seems like, I don't know, it should be okay this round.
Yeah, I mean, Danny's deck is very good at going at first, which is what he gets to do here. So he gets to be a couple energy ahead, I'm sorry. It's good, so.
Yu-Gi-Oh players Alex Longren and Brandon Wool to the stage.
.442 viewers, though. Almost
Awesome.
at 500.
Guys, thank you so
Gonna be
much.
fantastic.
All 442 viewers, we really appreciate it. It really means a lot.
Seems pretty good. I mean, there's 2 streams going on right now. So we got the ARG one, which is on the ARG Facebook page, so you can see that one. That one's on Facebook Live, I believe. And then we have another match here in top 8, and then the other 2 are just being unstreamed. But for top 4, really cool part is that both matches will actually both be on stream.
Which is
One
awesome. Which
gonna be
first
on
time
energy.
it's ever
Yeah,
happened.
so it's
which
gonna
is
be really
fantastic.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you did that once in Indianapolis. You were able to record and stream both matches. We had one pause for the other, remember?
Right.
And that was really cool, too.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
not
cool.
at the same time.
Right, not at the same time. Right. So this is the first time they've ever been streamed at the same time. Okay, so William playing Jocko in the sideboard. Do you think that's a good card in this matchup? It seems like it doesn't seem very good.
No.
Most of Danny's combo cards draw him a card.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the best use of Jacko is actually when, like, after Danny Zenos and Danny tries to go all in on, like, a card, he can, like William in response can, like, Jacko and maybe save himself, and then just, like, a huge, like, momentum swing. And that's the only thing that can happen. But that's really the only thing that I see, like, Jacko being, like, really good for. Because, I mean, like, if you get it in that specific scenario, then it could be great. But I don't know. That seems pretty ambitious if that's
William
his reason.
putting 2 March in
okay.
energy
So
and plays
he has
the
another
third.
one. Okay, wow, insane. I mean, he
If I'm Danny, I think I'm okay with that. Like,
yeah, no,
I think,
I'm super okay,
yeah.
Because now when I Zeno him, like, he can't march.
Right, he has 1 March.
And that's the only
That's
reason
what
William
beat
won
him
that.
last-
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
beat him last
That's
game,
the
yeah.
only reason why William won that game, because he was able to march after coming back. So it's just something that it's going to be very tough for William to come back if this Zeno actually resolves, which it should. But William valuing the Cold Bloodlust in his hand very high, because he needs the Cold Bloodlust here, and Danny needs to have the Bad Ring, and William could just have multiple Cold Bloodlusts, and he should be okay. But now, if Danny is able to get far enough ahead that you can just chain the chain attack Trunks,
Right.
which he did last game, then if he gets put in that same scenario, William will be at a significant disadvantage just because he's left with only 1 more March in his deck.
Yeah, what stinks too is it's not only did he play March right there, but he played March with only 1 ape out. So he charged two Marches, played the third, and got 1 ape out of it. So the most apes he can cheat out this game is going to be 3, which is interesting.
Yu-Gi-Oh players, that is time around. Please enter match procedures. When I'm playing match procedures, raise your hand and convert judge once again. Yu-Gi-Oh players, that is time around.
All right, so we'll see what's going to happen. All right, so it looks like George got a little bit of confirmation here. Let's see what's going on.
They're just talking about the ruling. Make sure that all the judges are on the same page as far as what the head judge had ruled as far as the Cold Bloodlust going forward. And taking a little bit extra attention to William's plays.
Right.
Because William, almost second or third instance in this match where it's either a... almost forgetting to pay the energy cost,
right?
Getting too far ahead of procedures, and just not being very attentive when it goes to the Zeno. Almost mixing in his entire energy, which would have been disastrous to him. But hopefully, or thankfully, we were all able to repair that. We don't obviously want to see, as much as we want to see Danny win here. We don't want to see him win because of an error like that.
Right.
Especially if it's something that's fixed.
Especially in top 8. Right.
I mean, like, I want the best for Danny. I want him to win. But at the same time, like, a sloppy play has to be punished. So I feel like that's what the judges are on now, and they're going to be looking at him.
Yeah.
And they're going to be very harsh on anything that goes forward.
I'm not. I mean, from my standpoint, I'm not worried about the energy play. I don't think anybody was worried about that play. Like,
No.
In fact, I think Danny actually is the one who like caught it. Like, he was like, "Hey, you're putting your energy in. Let's fix this real quick." The play that I was a little confused on was the fact he played March and used March, and then Danny crusher balled the March. And then he chooses to Bad Ring. He did all this without paying any energy.
Yeah.
So he paid 4 energy to play the March. and then after he played the march, he switched it.
Yeah, he switched.
Yeah, and I don't. That's what I don't understand.
Just in any game, multiple infractions lead to, a punishment. So I think that's what they were just discussing and making sure that they see, because sure, these things might happen in the span of like the whole day, but we've seen multiple in just one game. So it's just
I would just have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Right. I would just have to. I would have to watch. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of times we're getting multiple.
Yeah, now we got a crowd watching the match.
It's an exciting game.
Small crowd, yeah.
It's an exciting
very
game.
Exciting. It's the only Super Saiyan 3 standing, from what I know. And Danny Hype, already a huge profile player, and very consistent. Goes out to almost every event. And I don't know William's background, but obviously one of the many Mecha Frieza still in top 8. But this is exciting. I mean, like the attention's on Danny, and see if he can, stay cool under pressure, because these are a lot of things that he's had to go through. Some changes of emotions. This whole, ruling.
Yeah, one thing I noticed in chat that I just want to make clear real quick. Everybody keeps saying that, like, it's not fair that the game state got repaired because not every player can have a judge on their game. Every player in Top Cut has a judge on their game.
Every
that's
player
that's in like every game.
Yeah,
So
the only benefit that these have is that it's recorded and we can actually go back.
Yeah, but it's important that we didn't catch the mistake.
Yes.
The mistake was already being caught.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So that's
we just assisted.
It's like we assisted to help repair it.
That's
but
like
it
if a crime
right.
happened and the convention center just was like, no, we're not going to let you see the footage.
Right.
It's like no. I mean, like, we need to see the footage so that we can see if this was a crime or an accident, and it was just an accident.
So it's I mean, like it's no, you shouldn't have, he actually shouldn't have lost. So that's a fact. So let's.
It was just unfortunate because Danny was such in a commanding position, and then William had the perfect draw.
Right.
So that like the mark and stuff like that. So it just happens. It's not that he was robbed. It's just unfortunate because Danny had the tempo swing, but then William had the tempo swing just right back.
Right. Yeah, it happens. Yeah. Yeah, it's also important too that the commentators, me and George, we do have permission to step in and ask questions about the game and stop the game as well. Like, so we're not like spectators. We actually are allowed to stop the game and
ultimately,
ask questions.
Just because we are commentating and spectating from a distance, it is obviously our responsibility as well to uphold the integrity of the game. I mean, that's not our main designation.
Mm-hmm.
We're not judges. I mean, I am technically a BCC judge, but we're not judges on staff for this event.
Right.
The only part that we maybe interfere with sometimes is just making sure that the integrity of the game and everything is being executed as it should be, because you don't want to see anybody get cheated out or treated differently. So that's why we want to give a fair opportunity to every player, making sure that everything is being.
Ooh, Scientist Who by Danny.
Yeah, Scientist Who.
We haven't seen this card in a long time. This is the first one I think we've seen come out in a long time. There's all 2 cards looking for that combo.
I didn't even know he was playing it, and I spoke to him on the interview, and he was like, I'm like, are you playing any Overrealm cards? He's like, yeah, Scientist Who. That's the only one. And I'm like, why not just play more? And he's just like, yeah, well, Goku has this efficiency that at the beginning of the game you can't hit that off your energy, and black energy is almost as bad as that blue energy.
I wonder if Time Patrol Trunks is better than this deck. Like, I wonder if being able to look at the top 2 is better than like drawing, because he can do it multiple, because he can literally look at the top 2 twice in the same period that he draws 2. So I wonder if because he's essentially looking for combo pieces. I wonder if it's better to do that.
Yeah, it's just really bad ring. Bad ring on the Bloodlust. And we're gonna see exactly how this is going to resolve. They just want to make sure. They don't want to overstep things. They don't want to throw cards on the table, like I feel like last time happened, where it's just like, March, all right, crush your ball, pay the cost.
Battering and another battering. He has another battering.
No, he just bad-ringed and tossed the battering.
No, he battering. He Cobalt Lusted. He batteringed. He Cobalt Lusted.
Oh, really? Okay. Does he have a Zeno in hand?
Let me see. I don't know. I can't see.
Danny just briefly showed the hand, and I think I saw Zeno, so that means he went with the...
Guys, there's no argument. We have the ability to stop the game. We can walk over there right now and stop the game. That's the power given to us by ARG. Me and George could walk over there and I'd be like, stop, and they would stop. Like that's where we are like. It is
this
already
is what you agree to when you go into
when
the
you go into
stream. When
stream.
we ask you,
Right.
hey, you want to be on stream?
Right.
Yes. Okay, now you're under the waiver that, if it needs to be held or anything needs to be stopped, then it will be. Especially when sometimes chat catches things that we don't.
Yeah.
Like,
There's times where you actually stop based off
that's
chat feedback. Yeah,
That's
it's happened multiple
It's
times.
just like, what are we supposed to do? Oh, no, a crime's being committed. I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay in my little cubicle and just do commentating.
Yeah, he blessed on summon. It was batterings, and then he blessed again, and it was battering again. You can battering twice because every time you battering, it opens up another counter window, and then whenever he counters the counter, it opens up another counter window. Okay, so we're just see another March of the Great Apes coming down. This is the last one, by the way. This is the last March. That's all of them. That's all we've seen. That's all he has. So if Danny can pull off a Zeno here, it's going to be really hard for William to recover. It's going to be really, really, really hard for him to recover because it is the last one. Yes, 2 in energy, played 2. Danny should have the cards and the ability to survive. He does have a topo. So he should be able to survive this pretty easily. Okay, here comes double strike in. Yeah, guys, I mean, like I said, I'll always apologize. I'll always be the first one to apologize, Like, we always try our best to catch as much stuff as we can and try to keep the game state, as held as we can. We also try to look at chat, too, so we, in a perfect world, me and George would have someone here that would be able to read chat for us, scan the questions while we can just focus on the gameplay.
Lester, where you at?
Yeah, Lester, where you at, baby? Come on. But we have to control overlays. We have to answer questions. We have to, say hi and talk to, viewers that walk by as well.
Oh God, I haven't seen how many times. It's
Right.
Like,
they walk up,
I guess I'll sign this
while
I'm commentating.
So we definitely, we try our best. We really do, guys. And obviously, I'm not trying to bring excuses. I'm just trying to say that, there is a lot of factors that happen that you guys might not be able to see off camera. And we do, me personally, I need to get better at it. And I'm sorry if I ever let you guys down or the community down. That's definitely never my intentions, and I do apologize 100%. For missing any misplays or anything like that. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm absolutely, I'm very, very sorry.
Ooh, that's lethal right here. William going in with a scientist food, double strike, 25K against Danny, and it looks like William might not have any choice but to just go all in here. And Danny
that's game.
extending.
Yeah,
man,
unfortunate.
Danny extending the handshake and just losing top 8, and that's it's nothing that you want to see. I mean, I wish the best for these guys, and he worked really hard on his deck, and I think he had it wasn't too bad. It's just that multiple bloodlust, and it seems like William had it every single time.
It's tough,
and it's just devastating.
Yeah, it's tough. It is very, very tough.